Rob Zombie is known for making horror movies and industrial flavored heavy metal music. Okay, this is a weird way to start the video. But he isn't the only member of his family to delve into such passions. I didn't know he had a brother, but he has a brother named Michael David Cummings, more famously known as Power Man 5000 frontman Spider-1. And he also knows how to start a mosh pit and send shivers down the spines of movie fans. As of the writing of this article from /film.com, he's helmed 3 horror flicks: Allegoria, Bury the Bride, and Little Bites. But they weren't his only forays into the spooky on-screen entertainment. Before he started directing horror movies, he along with the Scrubs writer Eric Weinberg and Adult Swim alumni Curtis Gwynn, created a short-lived show for MTV called Death Valley, a mockumentary series about cops and monsters. This story centers on the officers of the Undead Task Force, the UTF, and their camera crew as they deal with like werewolves and vampires and zombies in LA's San Fernando Valley. Think Reno 911 meets Brooklyn Nine-Nine with a little bit of What We Do in the Shadows, thrown in for a good measure. But despite its similarities to some beloved comedy series, Death Valley will go down in history as one of the better shows to be cancelled after one season. A shame, really, as MTV's forgotten mockumentary producer? Whatever. It had a great premise that deserves to be milked for more than 12 episodes. And today we're going to be yapping about it because, yeah, why not? Death Valley is quite grounded for a comedy horror series about monsters. Instead of employing a standard Monster of the Week battle setup, it explores a world where humans are still learning to adapt with the monsters who suddenly appeared 1 year earlier. The Undead Task Force cops are down to earth, and their supernatural cases are portrayed as being routine as a regular officer taking down a robber, but they still find themselves in perilous situations. Of course, the monsters aren't your standard "are-we-eat human" menaces either. In this universe, vampires can also be pimps, werewolves can star in adult films, and bloodsuckers roll around in biker gangs. Some episodes also attribute to classic movies, most notably Assault on the Precinct UTF, which centers on vampires trying to break into trying to make out one of their own out of jail, basically. It's a clear homage to John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, hence the name Assault on Precinct UTF, and it's a lot of fun. The show perfectly, or expertly, combines police procedural tropes with horror comedy, finding much of its humor in its mundane. Death Valley is also notable for tapping Jordan Von Roberts to helm some episodes, paving the way for him to find some success with making movies like The Kings of Summer and Kong Skull Island years later. All the ingredients were in place for the show to become a hit, but alas, it just wasn't meant to be. That's the whole video. No, I'm serious. That's the whole video. That's it. That's all we got. That's literally it.
1 year ago,
vampires, werewolves, and zombies
descended upon California's San Fernando Valley.
Authorities remain baffled by their origins.
This nasty music gets so rotten. I think it's time to put this body